Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Silver prices finish higher as gold posts back-to-back declines. I have an article from MarketWatch talking why silver is outperforming gold, and they really bring a lot of information. It's a great article. The link will be in the description. I'm excited to share this with you guys. So let's jump into it. Silver futures finished higher on Monday, taking advantage of a rise in appetite for riskier assets, while gold posted back-to-back declines as traders kept watch on Britain's effort to leave the European Union and awaited developments in the US-China trade fight. Silver is finally being helped by its industrial needs and participation in our economy. So, I really am excited because silver's fundamental uses, the real reasons why silver is going to shine, no pun intended, is coming into the spotlight. Articles are being written. This is not the only article I found. People are starting to realize that silver is intrinsic and it has opportunity above and beyond gold does. This is really exciting. I don't know where this is going to take. I don't know how far this is going to branch off into the world of investing, but hopefully this is a small step in people understanding why silver has so much potential. So, December silver, the SI or SLZ, 19.37%, rose 2.4% and 0.1% to settle $17.60 an ounce after trading as high as $17.89 during the session. Gold for December delivery COMEX 0.51%, meanwhile ended $6 or 0.4% lower at $1,488 an ounce. So silver's rising, gold's falling. Month to date, the prices for the most active silver futures traders for 3.4% higher, while gold futures have climbed 1% according to the FactSet data. So here's a chart. Here's December silver, $18, right? You know, silver's been in that $17.50 range for a while now. I actually just made a video explaining exactly why, what's going on. And if you haven't checked that video out, I highly recommend it. But to summarize it, it's because the dollar index has been lower. Dollars crashing is supporting silver prices. Gold has been held back by the recent rally in equity markets and sell-off in bonds, reducing the appeal of safe haven metal, even if its long-term bullish price structure points to potentially higher prices eventually. So, silver, on the other hand, has benefited from more positive sentiment towards risk. He said nothing that it tends to be less prone than gold to sell off when stocks rise. And that's definitely true. That's another main factor I was talking about in the video. That is due to silver's role as an industrial metal as well as a precious metal. He said nothing that white metal is still viewed as haven. That means it could rally alongside gold if equities see a sustained sell-off. Now, a lot of people are waiting on gold to make a big move for silver to follow suit afterwards. But there's obviously some difference in these markets. These markets they're not the same. Gold is more of a commodity, silver is more of an asset. I've been saying this for years. A lot of people think it's backwards. A lot of people think silver is a commodity and gold's an asset. But it's not. Gold is used more for necklaces, more for jewelry. Silver is used more for the industrial, technological, and medical uses. Silver nanoparticles, colloidal silver. It's the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. It's used in especially the technological era we're advancing in. We need more and more silver. And this is exactly why it's going to outshine gold. So, looking ahead, the gold market is awaiting some key economic news later in the week, such as U.S. durable goods number for the consumer sentiment reading, which could tip the hand towards what Federal Open Market Committee does at its two-day meeting that concludes on October 30th. So Wright said he still expects to see a 25 basis point interest rate cut next week, but that could also change or get postponed in the meeting, which would highly reflect and affect silver prices and gold prices. Federal Reserve cutting interest rates is one of the main things that pushes prices higher. Meanwhile, the U.S. benchmark stock index is traded broadly higher on Wall Street Monday as future prices for precious metals settled. Over the weekend, China's top trade negotiators are having substantial progress. So the U.S.-China trade trade negotiation is actually looking on the positive light, which could make prices go down, but it looks like there's other things kind of balancing precious metals prices right now. So, meanwhile, argued there was factors that they could lead to extended gains for silver, including a 3-week pullback by the ICE US dollar index, a measure of the US currency against a basket of 6 major rivals. A weaker dollar can be positive for commodities priced in the currency by making them cheaper to users of other countries or currencies. In other metals trade, January platinum lost 0.4% to finish at $892 an ounce, while December palladium rose 0.5%. So interesting. It's really interesting right now to see what's going on. Silver is definitely the spotlight metal right now. And as people are starting to see this, as prices rise, as the gold to silver ratio lowers or normalizes, I like using the term normalizes because it is not normal, it's abnormal for these ratios to be 85 to 1. It only comes out of the ground 8 to 1. Why is gold so much more quote unquote valuable, or quote a better word, expensive or overpriced than silver? That means that silver is underpriced or is cheap. And that's why we have to buy it right now while it's cheap, while it's undervalued, because the value is going to pick up once these industries start needing it for big business in the technological era we're advancing in. Cashless nations, the digital age, we're going into this era, and this is where silver is going to shine. This is when we need silver. This is when $100 silver is still going to be bought by these companies that need to use it in their gadgets, in their electronics, solar panels, their solar equipment, space equipment, dental alloys, photovoltaic cells for mirrors, for photography. Silver is used in so many things, laptops, cell phones. There's no stopping it. It's irreversible. Silver has to be used. It's no other metal performs the way that silver does, especially for as cheap as it is. So you know that these big business companies are going to be using it since it's cheap. Even if it gets higher though, even if silver's $50, even if me and you don't buy it, it's still going to be getting bought up by the companies that have to use it. Or if not, if they don't use it, our gadgets, our laptops, our cell phones would be a lot more expensive. Think of how much more they would have to bump rates up, or the cost of production, if they have to use something else that's more expensive. Retail values would skyrocket. So we want, as consumers and as producers, it's a win-win situation. They get to buy silver for cheaper, and we get our electronics, we get our gadgets for a somewhat affordable price. It's a win-win situation. But right now, the gold to silver ratio still is 85 to 1, which means silver has a lot of catching up to do. It doesn't mean that gold's gonna depreciate down to silver for the ratios to normalize. This means silver is going to appreciate up to gold. And this is really where I'm excited. This is where we've been talking about as silver stackers for all these years. This is what we're in it for. This is why we invest. This is the prime example of really what silver can do in the economy. And I'm really excited to take part of that, and also share that message and be a part of getting so many people on board in the world of silver stacking. Because a lot of people think that we invest into silver just because it's shiny, or that it looks cool, or because we're coin collectors. No, there's some fundamental purposes. There's fundamental value. There's intrinsic value, especially apart from not only precious metals, but more specifically silver. And that's really why we silver stackers, I feel, have the most opportunity, the most potential to really reap the rewards, the benefits after. So if you're stacking silver, keep doing your thing. You're definitely on the right path, for several different reasons explained in this video and all my other videos as well. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. The link to this article will be in the description if you want to check it out. Sometimes there's branch off articles and stuff, so if you want to go on this and kind of just lurk around and check some other stuff out, go for it. Education's power. This is the same stuff I do. How do you think I find all these articles? It's because not all day long, but for a good majority of my day, I'm researching. I'm reading stuff. I mean, I obviously have a channel to run, so I feel it's more important to me, but it should be just as important to you. I guess it's more it's more crucial that I do, because I have a channel to run and I need to be updated on a day-to-day basis what's going on in the world of precious metals, not only because I love to, but because I want to inform you guys as well, and that's exactly why you guys should subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I post daily videos on this stuff. If you want to be informed on a day-to-day basis what's going on in the world of precious metals, this is your channel. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.